Hey, what's going on, everyone? Designedcoma here. Welcome back. And the gameplay you're watching is me and my friends playing some Division. So, what's up for today's video? Well, there's a few things I want to talk about. One of them is funny. I mean, it is really hilarious. I will have a link in the description so you can go and check out this article and some of the other little links they got in there of some GIFs and some tweets that have been going out in terms of this topic. And the topic is the PS4 power and eject buttons are, ironically enough, still confusing people. And I will admit that I still, to this day, get confused as to which one is the power and the eject button. I am about to take one of these other people who tweeted out what their PS4 looks like now, and I'm about to do the same thing where I just put a big sticker next to each button that says power and eject, because I could tell you to this day there are still times where I will hit the eject button thinking I'm hitting the power button. Or whenever my kids take my controller, because we have two PS4s in the house. One is mine and one is for my kids to play on. And this way it's so they don't mess mine up or damage it or break it or anything like that. If it gets broken, it's going to be my fault. And they'll take my controller from time to time so they can play some games with their friends and stuff like that. And we all know that in order to sync it, you have to use the power cord to sync it to the PS4 once it's synced with another PS4. Because there's those times where I'll grab the controller, I'll hit the dual button, and what happens? Their PS4 turns on. I'm like, oh, really? So I gotta grab the cord, you know, and get it synced and all that kind of stuff. But what happens is sometimes I will literally hit the eject button instead of hitting the power button. Or I have a game in there and I'll hit the power button instead of the eject button because I just turned it off. There is still, it is kind of funny, it's pretty hilarious that it still confuses people, and it's already been like 3 years since the PS4 has launched. But in the article, I'm not really going to read from the article, you can go check it out, but there was a tweet that went out. The guy who wrote the article, one of his co-workers, put out a tweet, says if 3 years later you still don't know which of these is the power button and which is the eject button, and there's a picture of it. And that tweet got around, well, it got around 1,700 retweets and 1,500 people liked it. So ultimately we're not alone, folks. So if you suffer from power button, eject button confusion from the PS4, then I don't know, maybe we need some intervention or something. I don't know, but it still confuses me to this day. I still hit the wrong button, and I honestly cannot explain why, other than the fact that they're small, they're tiny, they're not labeled very clearly, obviously. One of the other, there's a GIF in here that is just so hilarious. It's titled "Trying to Eject a PS4 Disc." So when you get down about 3/4 of the way, you'll come across it. Make sure you open up that picture because it is just the funniest darn thing in terms of trying to eject a PS4 disc. It's just too funny. I'm not going to really describe it because I kind of want you guys to go in there and check it out for yourselves and get your own really good laugh, but it is just funny. So make sure you go check out the article and look for that and give it a read. It's quite hilarious. So what else am I going to talk about? Well, a while ago I did say something about running the Detroit Marathon, and I had mentioned that I'm not just running it for the sake of running it. There is a cause and a reason behind it, and I said I was going to talk about that in another video. So I'm kind of going to go over it here in a bit. I'm not really going to get real deep into it. I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of the bullet points, I suppose you could say. So what I'm doing is I'm running the Detroit Marathon for a cause. It's called Love Runs. What this cause does, what this nonprofit does, is we raise money for people that are enslaved or trapped in human trafficking. And this is specifically for those that get rescued. They have to go through a very long, lengthy restoration process when you think of this. Now, the people I'm talking about is not just women, it's not just men, because there are women and men who fall into this category as well, but the majority of it is young girls and teenagers, usually starting around the age of 14 is pretty much where things start. Each person raises $1,440. The reason for that number is because for every day that we are, like me, you, and everybody else who gets to sit around and watch YouTube, we're pretty much free for 1,440 minutes every single day. So that's every minute of the day that these people are basically, well, they are enslaved, and they really have no choices as to what they can do, where they can go, and those kinds of things. There are quite a number of victims out there that need to be rescued. In fact, I live in Detroit, and Detroit's like number 2 on the list. So it's really a great cause, and it really speaks to me, and it speaks to my wife. This is really a passion of hers. You know, she's really passionate about human trafficking. She's actually getting ready to start some fundraising for herself to go out to India. She wants to go there and work with some people there in India. So yeah, it's really a great cause for us, and we're really into this, and we really feel great about it. Now, I'm not asking for anybody to donate or anything. I really just wanted to share it. I'm going to share the link to the main donation page, and if you feel compelled to donate, that's great. But otherwise, I'm not asking you guys to donate or anything like that. But I do want to share the information, because the real purpose of this is to get it out there and get people aware of what's going on. And I can tell you, it happens right there in your own neighborhoods. It's something that is so quiet and so easily hiding in the shadows that you just never notice it, and a lot of times it's right under your nose. It's really a scary thing. And I have a 14-year-old daughter, and I guess you could say I'm very protective of her. And this is something that, when my eyes were open to this, you never realize that it's not just a global thing, or it's not just something that happens in other countries. It's literally happening right here in the U.S. So hope you guys take some time to go check it out, read up on it and things like that. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, favorite, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.